everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sosh and today I'm giving some summer book recommendations. Summer is here, at least in India it's arrived already. It's pretty hot outside. I'm a summer girly through and through, even though summers in Mumbai have become more and more unbearable over the years. I still love summers. I love everything summer stands for, like the vacation and beach vibes, the carefree vibes, the ice creams and summer activities and treasure hunts and playing with your friends and hanging out with your friends and like everything that summer denotes. I'm like here for it. And I still have a great time. I feel like my summers are some of the best times of my year. I get to work a lot in the summers and I love my work. So honestly, I still love the summers, even though sometimes the city infuriates me with how heated it gets. And if you love summers as well, and if you like reading according to the season, I have a bunch of great books to recommend that are perfect to read in the summer. So let's dive into it. I don't even know where to start, I'll just keep it random, but the first book I have to recommend is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I've talked about this book before. I have a video dedicated to specifically talking about this book. I freaking loved this book, and I'm not a fan of like most Lynn Painter books. I've read a few, did not enjoy them completely. It's a romance, and something about this one was just so warm and soft. I loved both the characters, I liked their dynamic, I liked the flow of their romance as well. And I read this in the summer as well. I read this like 2 years ago, and I read this at the beach and I finished it within one day. And I remember I had a really good time. I was at the beach alone, took my time, read my little book, had my little coffee, and came home. I was alone once again, spent my time with my book, had a good summer day. Honestly, the way my day went is exactly how this book makes me feel. I would definitely recommend. It's really cute. The next book I want to recommend is a book that's one of my favorite books of all time. I've talked about it a million times, 7 Years Live by Ashley Poston. I have a video dedicated to this one as well, talking about this one specifically. This book is everything to me. It changed my fucking life, okay? That's how serious I am about this book. Once again, everything about this book gives summer for some reason. It's set in New York. It's magical realism, so it's basically about our main character, Clementine, who's staying in an apartment that like time travels to 7 years in the future or 7 years in the past. One day her apartment time travels to 7 years in the past, and she falls in love with the man living there in the apartment at that time. And it's a romance between both of them, and it's such a vibrant book. It's all about like New York, and it's about traveling, it's about food, it's about love, it's about passion and books and colors and painting, and it's about soft love and quiet love and homely love. But it's also about adulting and about grief and about navigating life. It's just, God, it's such a wholesome book. I cannot describe to you how beautiful this book is and what an experience it is reading this book. It genuinely changed my life. I think it fell into my hands at the right time. I've recommended this book to everyone I know. All my friends and my mom also has read this book, and they've all loved this book. Like, it's so important to me, this one. If any of this sounds cool to you, sounds interesting to you, please pick up this book. You won't be disappointed. The next book I want to recommend is called The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott. This is a really sweet book. It's about Emily, whose mom passed away, and she and her friend Blake start going through like her mom's old bucket list that they found, and they take the summer to like complete things off of that bucket list together. It's about summer and queer love and about loss and regret, but it's also very much a coming of age kind of a novel. I didn't have the best time with it, but that's purely because like I'm too old for this book now. I feel like if I would have been in my teens and picked this book up, I would have loved this book absolutely to bits. But I'm too old for this book, so everything in this book felt very ambient to me. But if you're in that age range, or if you know someone in that age range, it's a perfect book for them. So yeah, it was sweet. I had a good time with it, but specifically for the teenagers, I would recommend this one. The next couple of books I want to quickly get out of the way are Emily Henry books. If you know me, you know that I love Emily Henry. I enjoy her books a lot. They're beautiful books. All her books are contemporary romances. This one is about a girl who's broken up with her long-term boyfriend, and then she goes on vacation with her friends with him there, and them navigating their breakup and whether they still have feelings for each other or not and stuff like that. All the good stuff on their vacation. This one is about Daphne, who moves into an apartment with Miles, and both their exes are getting engaged, they're getting married. So they broke up with their boyfriend girlfriend, their boyfriend girlfriend are now getting married, and these two fall in love now. That's what this book is about. Again, beautiful romance. And then this is People We Meet on Vacation, which is about Poppy and Alex, who have been best friends for years, and every year they go on a vacation together. And about them again navigating a little bit of a friendship fallout and then falling in love again. All three of these are fantastic. Happy Place is my favorite. They're all filled with a lot of great friendship. I think friendship is at the core of all of these books. A lot of great romance. All her books make you feel like you're on vacation with these characters and you're like exploring a place with these characters. And a lot of these books is about the human connection, honestly. So these are again great contemporary romances. I would recommend all of these to you and more. The next book I want to recommend is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Honestly, this author, Morgan Matson, is like the Emily Henry for young adults. But the kind of young adult books that even adults can read and have fun with. This book is about Andy, who's a very type A kind of a person. She's going into a summer vacation and she has an entire summer plan. She knows what she wants in life, what her career is going to look like. She knows what internship she's going to enter into and everything. But the thing is, she's lost her mom and she doesn't get along with her dad. And her dad is a local politician who gets into a scandal, and because of that scandal, all the life that she's navigated so far and all her plans fall through. And now through the summer she has to figure out who she really is and what she really wants in life. So we explored the entire summer with her connection with herself, her connection with her new romance, her connection with her friends, and with her dad. The way Emily Henry's books are written, you get to see a lot of like friendship at the core, you get to see a lot of found family elements, you get to see a lot of like summer activities and exploration of self, you know, in Emily Henry's books. That's exactly what you get in this as well. Like, it's honestly, all her books are just so calming and so wholesome to read, and this was no less. I read this a couple months ago. I read this in January, and my god, I had such a good time. It's a thick one, but it's worth it. Again, contemporary, young adult, coming of age romance kind of a book. Highly recommend. The next books I want to recommend, if you want something a little spicier, I have two recommendations for you. First is The Risk by Elle Kennedy. I've talked about this author before. She's like the OG hockey romance writer. I think most people have read her books, but in case you haven't, pick up her books. Honestly, any of her books, they're great to read. They're fun college romances, well written, great found family dynamics between the friend groups of these people. Very mature, no nonsense, no random miscommunication bullshit that goes on in these books. They're well thought out, they're funny as well, and the risk is no less. I love the romance in this book. The two people we have in this book, Jake and Brenna, both very charming, very feisty, and their energy together is like so fun to read about. The romance, the chase in this book is so incredibly well written. Like, I was like giggling and kicking my feet while reading this one, and it's spicy as well. So if you like a little bit of spice, go for this book. I would recommend. It's like really fun for the summer for sure. And the other book, which is also a little bit spicy, is The Right Move by Liz Stormford. So this is part of the Windy City series. It's also, again, interconnected romances of like different athletes. I've read a couple other books in this series, did not enjoy them at all. I think this is pretty much the only book I've liked. And this book, oh my god. Ryan Shea, who's our main character in this book, from the guy's perspective, is like the blueprint for book boyfriends, honestly. Like, if you like an acts of service boyfriend, this is the book for you to pick up, okay? He's a basketball player. We have Indy, who moves into his apartment, and she has a crush on him right off the bat, just by the way. And them navigating each other's personalities because they're like complete opposites, having to live together and figuring life out together, and then falling in love slowly. There's a little bit of a fake romance kind of element also in this. It's just so fun. It was just really good, really sweet, really cute. I do think the book was a little too long towards the end, and there were some things towards the end that came into the book which I did not appreciate, because I personally struggle to read about those kind of things, but most people don't, from what I've gathered. So I think you will have a fun time with this entire book. It's a great read. Again, puts you in that summer romance kind of a feel. would recommend this. Next, I have a graphic novel recommendation, and I am talking about Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. Obviously, Heartstopper is pretty popular. There's a Netflix show about it that people love. And because of the hype, I picked up these books a couple of years ago as well. I've read the first 3. I'm looking forward to reading the next one. These are all, like I said, graphic novels. And first of all, the artistry in these books is beautiful. Like, I love the images that they've put across. And honestly, what I love about this book is that it's a queer romance. Obviously, the way it's been portrayed is so wholesome, like so unbearably wholesome. Like, I just want to hold both these boys and just like squeeze them to death because they're so cute. When I read this book, I was like, oh my god, the way, the maturity with which they handle conversations about each other and love was so impressive to see. I was like, oh my god, we can have good romances without like having over the top fluff drama for no reason. Like, you know, like unnecessary drama and miscommunication is not the only way to get someone involved in a romance story. This is the prime example for that. All the conversations around queer love and mental health in these books is so nice and so simply put as well. These books deal with some serious topics as well, but the way they handle them is so well done. Like, honestly, I would recommend everyone to read this. Everyone can and will enjoy these books, but especially I would definitely recommend that if you have younger kids, like tweens and teens, you know, recommend these books to them, because these are some great books for kids to grow up with, honestly, to understand queer love, to understand mental health. These books are fun and light and airy, but they also tackle some difficult topics with such grace and simplicity that you read these books and you're just like, yeah, it really is that simple. Understanding someone's love and understanding a person for who they are really is that simple. It doesn't have to be as complex as we like to make it out to be. So yeah, Heartstopper would highly recommend. And the next one is going against the grain of all these books I've recommended so far, because it's not really a romance. It is a young adult mystery thriller, which is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now, I have read a lot of Jennifer Lynn Barnes books. I have read The Inheritance Games, that series. I liked it, but The Naturals though, this series, I absolutely devoured. I read the entire series in a span of like 2 or 3 nights. Like, it's a fantastic series, and I know you must be thinking it's a murder mystery thriller, what is it doing in this list? But something about these books and these characters gives summer. If you ever think about like what summer thrill would look like, these books, because they're super quick, super fast paced, there's something happening constantly, it takes you by surprise a lot of the times. The twists are so good. It's like it's these books aren't a slow burn in any way. Like, I feel like I associate like some really quick, fast paced mysteries which are also like in general quick to read with summer, and I associate slow burn mysteries with winter. That's how my mind works, which is why I'm recommending this to you. I will say, for me personally, the characters, especially in the first book, come across as a very like they're very typecasted. I have a whole video discussing my thoughts in length if you want to know about it more, what I mean by this. But yeah, the characters in the first book, you will feel a little bit like dodgy about them, but keep reading, because beyond the characters, the plot in itself is so thick, it's so juicy. Like, it had me at my feet. All 4 books, I was like, I need to know what's happening next. I need to know where this goes. I need to figure this shit out. That's how these books made me feel. Her character work is a little bit dodgy, but her plot is fucking fantastic, and to this day I'm still trying to find books that make me feel this way. So there we go, those are all my recommendations for summer books. Pick up any of these to have a good summer ahead of you, and if you've read any of them, let me know. What did you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have summer recommendations for me? Because I'm looking for some as well. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on my Instagram, like, share, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.